Oh man, SoFi shareholders, mark your calendars because, woo! Earnings is a couple weeks away and it's going to be here by tomorrow, right? It's going to feel like tomorrow and boom bang, April 29th is going to sneak out of nowhere. Happy Saturday and also very happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. If you do not celebrate Easter, whatever you're going to be doing this holiday weekend, hopefully it's the best. Hopefully you're with great family, great friends, eat a lot of great food, drink a lot of great beverages, and have a very restoring, great, relaxing weekend. I got some traveling to do, so uploading this word salad. Uploading this video a little bit early on this glorious Saturday morning here. 09:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just want to make a quick video talking about some earnings that are going to be coming up. Obviously, we have SoFi. I'm a raging SoFi bull. This YouTube channel is not supposed to be dedicated to just SoFi. Many other stocks that I cover, many other positions that I go over. And I've ended up mapping out a lot of earnings, especially the companies that I am long for this YouTube channel here. April 28th, believe it or not, is going to be kicking off first with Robinhood. And then our glorious SoFi the following day, 08 in the morning is when the conference call. They typically drop earnings very early once pretty much, the market theoretically opens on the Robinhood side. If you are using Robinhood brokerage app, just brokerage in general. Oh man, I can't talk right now. Hold on one second. I got to get some water morning cheers. If your brokerage is Robinhood, you can start trading at 07. Some stocks allow overnight on Robinhood. Hopefully Robinhood definitely brings back pretty much just about all times of trading, kind of like Webull does. But Robinhood is going to kick off theirs. I'm not sure if it's going to be 5 p.m. or not. SoFi tends to drop what their hard numbers are at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Then they do their conference call typically around 8 in the morning. Meta, not sure about a exact time, but Meta's earnings is also the 29th. That's going to be after hours. Palantir is the 4th, after hours. PayPal is May 5th. They do theirs before the market opens. AMD is after May 5th, and then Oracle and Adobe, they do their earnings relatively later. Reason being is because I believe they're on a different FY. Don't quote me on this actually, but their earnings have not been yet announced of when it's actually going to be released. So just really talking quick about earnings and what to really expect. I'm a firm believer that for SoFi, or actually I'll go ahead and talk about Robinhood. Robinhood is probably going to have very similar numbers to pretty much Q4 2025. Bitcoin, obviously, all throughout Q1 of 2026 has just been in the dumpster fire. It just really is. So, Robinhood is definitely gonna probably get a hard kick once again. As a longtime shareholder of Robinhood, I'm personally gonna be buying more shares. SoFi, though, I feel very confident once again that SoFi is going to be delivering a triple beat. Obviously, predicting how much they triple beat, that's the big question. But once again, they could very well come in with a triple beat like they've been for how many quarters now? For, I believe, well over a couple years. Their stock price can very much still, like, go down. That's SoFi in the market conditions that we're in. The biggest thing that I will say that is definitely riding on SoFi's shoulders in a very good way is pretty much that they have operated and grown in a high interest rate environment 2022, 23, 24, even last year. And they're just up and to the right. They're gaining new members every single quarter at a record-breaking amount. And they're going to triple beat. But the question is, one, how much will it be? And the question is, two, is it going to send their stock back into maybe the 20s? Who knows? Maybe geopolitical nonsense stuff is still happening. Maybe SaaS apocalypse is still going on. But at the end of the day, it just shows once again that SoFi itself has a phenomenal management team. Meta is definitely going to be a highly watched stock. Definitely to see if Mark Zuckerberg is really pressing for a lot of CapEx spending. Same thing with Amazon, same thing with Google. Really got to see also if Meta is going to be talking a lot about AMD. That's definitely going to be extremely bullish for AMD shareholders, baby. Because if Meta is definitely going to be pretty much propping up how they're spending and putting so much money into AMD, well, something's going to interestingly happen in my profiles. My meta position could very well go down, and my AMD position could very well go up, right? But the amount of shares that I still hold of Meta, I'm happy holding them. I've let some shares go in the last couple months of Meta because of the CapEx spending that they're pretty much doing. But I'm a Meta bull long term. Love the company. It is a tremendous company. Mark Zuckerberg is a friggin' innovator. The guy is a couple years older than me. I'm 37. I believe he's 41, 42. Obviously, his net worth is, yeah, much greater than mine. But the guy has so many more years as the CEO of Meta. It's not even crazy. And it really does show that Meta is his bread and butter. So, I mean, if the market is going to be really going bananas over the CapEx spending, or if the CapEx spending is not producing returns, you can see a CEO like Zuckerberg sway away from CapEx spending and just really revamp a lot of their core models that has really gone Meta to the point where it's at right now. Or do you believe that AI is going to propel their revenue growth like they believe as a company? Very, very big bet that's going on, and we really have to wait and see. I'm really excited for Palantir's earnings. Call me a little bit of crazy, but betting against this company has cost a lot of people money. There's been a lot of people that have posted over the years saying they've tried shorting Palantir. They've tried buying puts on Palantir. Obviously, the last couple months, if you were short Palantir, if you had long puts on Palantir, hey, bravo. Okay, Palantir fell off a cliff, but so did the entire market as well too. Not to mention software stocks also. So Palantir, call me crazy, but I see their growth rates still being very bullish. And that's just because of a lot of government contracts. Even though a lot of people may think it's kind of really bearish, but Palantir is targeting all premium people. Palantir's business model is going after the top dogs. So keep it simple. Let's say you are targeting premium clients and you have a 1,000 clientele, but your 1,000 clients are all gigantic and top notch. And then you have a company kind of like, let's say Adobe, let's say ServiceNow, Salesforce, software stocks, right? They target like just about everyone, okay? I use Adobe products, so anyone can be targeted by like that AI. If your business is not producing you a lot of revenue, having Palantir software could very well be too rich for you. So Palantir is just growing exponentially because they're just targeting so many of the rich clientele. The issue is that their valuation is just unbelievably rich. However, if the market is risk on, Palantir is going to go back up. So, as a trade position, my average on Palantir on the public profile here on this YouTube channel, I believe is right below 150. During a risk on market, Palantir could very well be well over $200 again, maybe even break all-time highs. So when the market definitely turns bull again, Palantir can definitely trend back up there. And I mean, Palantir, they guided that they're going to be beating all throughout this year. So people are looking at 2026 and saying, hey, Palantir is going to be extremely bullish. It's really coming down to 27. Palantir, for me, is not a long-term investment anymore. I was actually, I've actually owned Palantir shares in the friggin' teens. Yeah, in the teens. Except I ended up selling those shares when it did a double up in the high 20s, low 30s. And then I got back in Palantir again in the low 30s, sold in the high 60s. And then I got back in Palantir during Liberation Day below 90, 80, and 70s. And sold once again in the 150s, 160s. And then I recently got back in Palantir. So I have very much traded Palantir. If I could go back in time, though, I would have definitely taken a very long position. But for me, my strategy, I'm not really looking to be very much long-term in Palantir. Sorry if that, annoys any of you long-term Palantir shareholders out there. I think that there's better money to be made long-term in companies like SoFi, Robinhood, AMD, and many more companies out there that I'm actually looking at. PayPal, their earnings is before May 5th, 08. AMD, I'm very glad Meta is going to be before AMD. AMD is probably going to be talking about Meta, probably going to be unveiling a lot of their new chips, and it's probably going to be very much the second half of the year that we see AMD really start cranking. So maybe we don't really see AMD start rallying like after this earnings. If anything, AMD may honestly really sell off a little bit. But I mean, the second half of the year is going to be phenomenal for AMD. I could be friggin' wrong. I've been wrong many times. And I'm a human being. But AMD has a lot of stuff going for them. And they have a great management team. Lisa Su, she's going to be doing a lot of deals. Meta is a prime example. OpenAI, they're going to be coming through on their deal too. So AMD is probably going to be talking about OpenAI, definitely talking about Meta during their conference call. Looking forward to that. Oracle and Adobe probably going to be talking more once we get closer to them. But otherwise, I just really wanted to make this short little video today talking about what I really feel for the overall, or just, hey, take this with a grain of salt. Anyone you watch on YouTube, doesn't matter what it doesn't matter how much money those people or any individual have. You do your due diligence. If you see a billionaire on YouTube, you do your friggin' due diligence, because billionaires can be wrong. They may not like to admit when they're wrong, but they can be dead wrong, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a billionaire on YouTube. Doesn't matter if it's upper 9 figs, lower 9 figs, upper 8, lower 8 figs, upper 7, lower 7, upper 6 figs, lower 6 figs, or people that are not even at 6 figs, whatever, right? Just people posting stuff on YouTube. You don't need to be you don't need to be an FA to be making stock related videos. Every single thing that I'm talking about is basically my strategy, what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. I'm posting for education purposes. And for those of you that have been following me, it's pretty clear that we probably all are on the same mindset and stuff with a lot of these companies. Or maybe, I guarantee you, my daily viewers on this YouTube channel, there's at least one of my positions that you probably have the same mindset as me, maybe more. So if you do want to leave a comment down below, if you do agree with pretty much any of the stocks that I'm talking about right here, Robinhood, SoFi, Meta, Palantir, PayPal, AMD, Oracle, Adobe, maybe the biggest commonality that we have is really SoFi. If I really had to make a wager, I'd probably say that the vast majority of people are watching me because of SoFi. The most viewed videos on this YouTube channel is actually SoFi related. And I get it. I totally understand. SoFi is a hot stock, and it is also a future, and it is also a 10-year hold for me as well. Why 10 years? I've talked about this a lot. Anthony Noto has given his 10-year vision. Anthony Noto has given the T word. Anthony Noto, honestly, I believe, wants to end his career with a SoFi legacy reputation. So as long as SoFi's game plan does not change, I will be in this company long term. But that is where you, as a disciplined investor or a disciplined trader, you gotta be real and stick to your game plan. If SoFi sways away from their current game plan, I'm gonna have to face reality. Maybe it's going to be for the good, maybe it's going to be for the bad. If they sway away from their current business model, and if it's for the good, woohoo! You know, like, that's awesome. But if they sway away from the business model, and it doesn't work out, like, if Amazon, Google, and Meta, if their CapEx spending doesn't work out, hey, as someone who is very much long of a shareholder than me, you're probably going to be thinking the same thing. Maybe I should take a lot of chips off the table, right? Maybe it's time for me to completely sell out. You got to have a strategy. So many people have great entry strategies. They don't have an exit strategy. All the times that I've been burned in the market, no exit strategy. No exit strategy. I have an exit strategy for all of these friggin' stocks. Sorry, the wrong hands up here. All these stocks, exit strategy. There will be a time where I will take some SoFi shares off the table. It's not, I'm not going to be selling my entire position, but there's going to be time where it's going to be time to take some chips off the table. That is called being a disciplined investor. Warren Buffett, he has super long-term positions. He talks about Apple as his I don't know the exact quote. I believe it's like golden child or something. Like, don't quote me on that. Hopefully he never watches this video. But has Warren Buffett sold out of Apple before? Yeah, of course he has. Why? Because there's other great opportunities. That's investing 101. You got to have an exit strategy. So on this closing note, once again, happy Easter for those of you that are celebrating it. Happy holiday weekend. If you enjoy my content, smash the like button, and I'll see you all on Monday with a brand new video. Take it easy, everyone. Later.